morning, everybody. Our main focus will be to demo the making of an artist's book cover using mixed media techniques. The art we are using was gifted to us by Judy P. at Crafty's Journey and will be displayed from the front and inside when the book opens. We will be showing you how to cut the frame, stencil, texture, color by way of gel printing, metallics, and assembly of said cover. Oh, and we will be showing a plethora of a Halloween haul from our dear friend Lisa, who is here in the chat as well. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I have a new chair.
She has a new chair because she wanted you guys to see her jewelry, and she was tired of sitting so low.
Yeah,
I told this for weeks.
Yeah, I was sitting on the shower chair.
It works for a lot of things, let me tell you.
It's a flat surface, sort of flat surface.
Yeah, it definitely gives some...
It gets it, and it moves because it has handles.
Okay. Good morning to Robin. Oh, Brigitte is new. We recognize you from the group. Welcome to the live stream. We have Lisa from Serious Hecka. We have Judy P from Judy P's Crafty Journey. I swear that is just such a mouthful for me. I don't know why. My mouth is also a little jacked up anyway. That's a whole other thing. Getting old sucks. Anyway, oh, and Sharon. Good morning, Sharon. So glad you're here. We had fun with you guys last night, gel printing.
Yes, and I listened and gel printed.
She did. She had to get her done because Lisa's package arrived yesterday. And we're like, oh, well, we need to incorporate some of this. But she had to, you know, of course, put a little PM spin on things.
I did, and it's not finished by any stretch of the imagination. This is the first round.
Yeah, this is week 1.
But we are going to go through because there's some really cool stuff.
Head on over there.
I'm going to head on over.
Here's what P's table looks like. We did a little Instagram thing this morning too, a little reel. Check out all that stuff. So the textured bits that you see down there, that's the frame. We've done some prep work, but we're going to show how to do that at some point. But P's going to kind of run through some things first.
Really? Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, and you know, this all happened. Lisa's stuff, okay, Judy's stuff, did I have it last week?
Yeah.
Had it last week. That was the whole start of this.
It's such it's spooky, but yet I feel there's a friendliness about this guy.
Well, there is, and then on the other side, she did this. Well, you can see some marbling going on here.
Oh, good morning, Felicia and Jeanette. Ooh, we've got quite the crew today.
We do.
So exciting.
We do.
So this is what she's been doodling in the evening.
Well, it's
beyond
murder shows.
It's beyond doodling at this point.
Yeah, it has about, I don't know, it has every kind of pencil I have on here.
You gotta hold it like way up and slow. So that way they can really appreciate the detail there. And like how you've manipulated so it was some of the marbling that Judy had done. So, there we go.
Yeah, so it's becoming a creature.
Oh, and good morning.
This is the whole inspiration for this journal. It's not just a Halloween journal. It's more of
all things spooky.
All things spooky. So,
it's going to be our theme into October, I think. It doesn't have to be Halloween, just spooky, creepy, you know, whatever.
Put that over there. Put that over there. I don't want to lose that because
hey, if you've got,
cover.
Whatever you find spooky. That could be clowns. I find them spooky.
Yeah, really. I've got a lot of copper going on here because really kind of took I just think
Hey,
copper.
wait, I want to... Oh, are you guys seeing us? Hold on here.
Whoa.
I don't know if they're seeing. Are you guys seeing us? That reminds me of the artwork from the... Okay, so you guys are seeing... I don't know why I'm not seeing it over here. It's a little weird.
Well, when you messed around with the different views, did you change anything up there?
No, like, I'm seeing it in our software here, but I'm not seeing it over there on YouTube. So that's just a little bit weird.
Okay, I'm sure that you all... Well, if you haven't, you just need to go to the Maker's page and look up Lisa And she's done some fabulous things with the glass.
Well, and now so has Judy P.
Yes, both
Got
of
quite
them.
the little competition going on. Who can use the beads?
You don't want to say anything because we're not supposed to say anything because Lisa hasn't done her video yet.
Hey, I think it comes out today. Lisa, let us know and if you want to, if it has come out, if you want to drop a link to it, that's totally.
Yeah, that would be really great because then people would understand kind of what I'm talking about.
Or drop a link to your channel.
Okay, so Lisa did the original glass bead stenciling. Judy got a different kind of glass bead. And then we had Anne get involved, who had used some from the Seth Apter line of things, the little texture beads. I think Mo had some experience somewhere in there. I remember her part of the conversation. But I
think she was asking questions because she was interested in the stuff.
Okay, so what I went online and I found these beads.
For a bag of beads.
And it actually came in a Ziploc bag. I transferred it to this jar.
This is a lot prettier packaging than what, I mean, a Ziploc
it did not come
bag.
like this. So when you get your baggie in the mail,
like a
it was
a Glad Ziploc bag.
I think 2 pounds. It was a heavy booger. And it was funny because we ordered
It came with the hot chocolate
mix.
The Ghirardelli hot chocolate mix. Because I had one from Christmas, and then I hooked P up with that to, because her and Izzy were sharing. And she's like, oh, wow, this is some good stuff.
Yeah, why have we been drinking this other crap?
Stuff.
And yeah. Okay, so anyway, well that's where all this is going. There's but this is standard type 1 reflective glass beads. These are the kinds you put on your curb or your sign that when light shines on them, it reflects back.
Which is so cool because it does.
It really does, and we would have to shut off all of our lights, and that wouldn't be good. But when we take this into the bathroom,
Heather has joined us. Good morning.
It really it zooms.
Oh, and Angela, hi.
Oh, Angela, yes.
We're gonna be doing a little collab with Angela.
But anyway,
a little swap.
That's what this stuff is.
Yes, the reflective beads.
Reflective beads. I'm going to use.
Now, did you mention that they are much smaller? We'll get into the details.
They are because we don't have any of the other product.
We just haven't based on the experiments that have been posted.
Yes.
Thus far, we think that the beads in this are smaller, and we have some ideas on why that could be an advantage, and some of the reasons why each one of these products kind of has a place in the world.
It really does, and I mean,
or a place on the shelf.
I am still going to go ahead and purchase some of the.
Yeah, I think so. We want to know.
Just simply because,
we need to know.
Okay, now does this mess bother you all and distract you? I'm just going to scoot
Does this mess bother you all?
Hither and yon. Okay.
Notice she didn't ask me.
I already know the answer. I don't have to. Okay. So, here's my first experiment. And this is just with the impasto. Okay?
Now, why are you telling us all about all this?
Well, because they might want to know. This is what we're gonna be doing this on a frame.
Oh, okay. See, it does lead into the frame.
It does.
Just wanted to cue that up.
Oh. Okay. You can just come right out and ask me questions. And
she needs to drink more coffee.
Well, I didn't want to have to get up and go pee in the middle of everything, so I kind of backed off. Okay, I don't know if you can see that.
Okay, yeah, hold still for just a second and then start to kind of move it about. And I think you'll be able to see the reflectiveness. It's pretty cool because when you put like a flashlight or something on it, you definitely see it.
Yeah, and I can see it a little bit. But anyway, okay. So then over the top of this, I used that really nice paint that I discovered last week. That sometimes it looks brown, sometimes it doesn't.
Heather, that's hilarious. She says, so, oh, you bought hot chocolate and the glass beads. Did they come in the same box? Was it a gift set sold together? Hey, you know what? These are Christmas ideas for our crafty group. That would be like the ultimate. We sent you some glass beads and hot chocolate. Don't mix the two, but you can have hot chocolate while doing crafty things with the
Hey, and
with the
I'm
beads.
telling you what, once it's kind of like some other things.
It's like good cheese.
Once you have this, you will not go back to that, whatever that stuff in the packages is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the original. I wish you could.
It's like having the,
This is heavy.
And not like just in terms of.
Yeah, coolness. It's like physically.
Physically. That's weight.
This weighs a half a pound. This one. This has 3 scoops of beads, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is U.S. Art Supply modeling paste, and it just has 1 scoop because I didn't use this much.
And what was interesting is the look of it ended up being very similar to the experiment that Anne did. Or, well, she showed us. She and it was funny. She used the X's too, and I don't know if P thought about that or not, but you guys both used the X's. That was great.
No, I didn't. I just because it had a lot more surface area to work with.
Yeah, so it was similar results, like kind of bald spots and such. Now, I think there's more beads to what P created with the U.S. Art Supply mixed with the beads. So,
yeah.
Some things to kind of think about. But one thing that
this is a rub off.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, cleaning up the stencil there.
The nifty thing about these beads and their size being so small is that they will work really well with those more detailed stencils.
Yes. And I will.
That's like our thought and ideas about things. Hello, Chris.
And it does have a lovely texture to it. And it doesn't go anywhere. This is done with the U.S. Art Supply black gesso, which
Alicia has some that her mom gave her, and it looks kind of like weird oatmeal when the beads settled. Oh. So is it like white or is it clear?
This doesn't settle because I've used really heavy.
Yeah.
But I can see if you had loosey-goosey stuff, it would
settle. Definitely.
Okay. All right. We can get that out of here because we're not going to use that.
Just wanted to talk about that. That's kind of an experiment that's been going on the last week.
I thought it was a good idea to do that. And I wanted you to know that...
And Judy said that Lisa's an enabler.
Yes, she is. She gets us all going and then...
Fired up about buying some new
She goes off and she gets something else and we don't even have time to do the other stuff before
we need to coordinate.
We kind of need to spread them out.
Once a month you get to experiment.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our new stencil. None of this would happen without Mariah. I hope y'all realize why I keep saying that. Anything that we do here is an hour. Oh, look, you can really on this.
Oh, except for the flowers out back. I've determined that they are hers. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah. Okay, can you see a little sparkle there?
So those are the beads.
Those are the beads. And what I did is I went over it. You see this one? This is just
the black reminds Lisa of tapioca.
1 coat. This one I went over it again with plain impasto, and then I shook the beads out and covered it up and went.
Yeah, they are best used on top if you want to get that really reflective, crazy thing that it does.
You can see the difference here. This is a little crisper, more defined as far as the dark is concerned. But when the light shines on this thing, and you can see it's got some long.
So if you want to drive your neighbors crazy, you could start, making little yard signs and stuff and putting them near the driveway.
Yeah.
Hey, it's crazy artist people.
Is this stencil in the shop?
Yes. Oh, hey guys, I was ahead of the game. Okay. I still have some others.
All right.
Oh no, I have listed. Okay, I'm so glad that you said that. I have added the arty squiggles circles, the circles and squiggles 5x7. It's both on our website and on Etsy. So I added that to that listing. So you got to look for arty squiggles. And then, so it's just available in the 5x7. And then the Stompy Rocks in the big 5x7.
Yeah. And I think that you're really going to like that. Now, here's our new...
And then this is kind of a new set. You can buy the... we're calling him El Diablo Mentor / Pan / whatever little kind of crazy creature that you horned thing.
Yeah.
Mo said some things, too, that were pretty funny.
Not necessarily repeatable.
Yeah, you can put it in the chat. We'll leave it there. And then this is kind of my deconstructed Bauhaus version of a web.
Yeah, you see that little spider
You know what? There's about 1 million webby stencils and things out there. So this is our version. It's a little funky, but so are we.
And let me just tell you what, it's not just for Halloween. Can you see it?
It's multi-purpose.
I mean, I did some fabulous things with that. And it almost is like what I call asemic writing. I don't know, Mariah calls squiggles and something. But anyway, okay, so enough about that.
Enough about that. There we go.
Enough said about that.
We are enjoying the new stencil things. And I think that this next month, we are going to do another collab type, Makers Creative collab. And the theme of it is going to be spooky scrolls. I think I might even make it to where any of the YouTubers that are involved, or maybe some of you guys that we really love, just let me know. Or I'll give you kind of a discount or something like that if you want the stencils. But maybe we make that part of must-use item. And then the rest is like the list, and we'll come up with a list.
For the month of October.
Yes, that's coming up. So just, ideas. Think about things that you want to put in the 6 items of the must-use. And we'd love to hear about that in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you are not a part of the group, we would love to have you. Please answer the questions. I'm not going to let you in if you don't. There we go.
Yeah. Pressure.
Well, actually, P won't let you in either.
Hey, we're fixing to go through the list. There's some people that have not been contributing.
We are thinking about that, like kind of
culling. Come on.
We want you to be there. We want you to be interactive. We do a lot of experiments, as we have talked about, and I think that, if you don't want to participate in that way, then I don't know why you're there. Yeah. Personally, it's not. We are not building this group to, build the masses. That's
no. This is a community thing.
This is our friends, our arty friends.
And I just wanted to show you all this because when I watched the hop videos the other day, I took notes. And I got so many ideas for this journal just watching that. And I because I can't remember anything, I write it all down there. Now my next thing is finding that list when I need it. Okay, so that's what.
Thank you, Robin and Lisa, dropping links. You guys are rocking it. Love it.
And here's I'm going to actually use some of this. I cut it up in little smaller pieces, but you can see it's static electricity. Stuff.
And this is the stuff that came in big bags, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't deal with that." So she put them in the little chart.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. And okay, so copper's kind of my theme. We've got some sari silk and some other polyester stuff from the rug that we deassembled. That's going to be
deassembled
in the outside of the frame.
I don't know if that's proper.
That's that's my thought. I don't know that that's going to happen. Hopefully that's going to happen. Now, Mariah can tell you more.
I think Sharon takes notes too. Oh, that's sweet. But yeah, P's a note taker. But that's because she wants to come back and put it in the comments, and then she put Sharon's comment on our video. But I went over and I then posted it over.
And there may be some other comments floating around out there
match up.
I don't. Because
if she sounds weird, like she didn't really watch it, it was really that she was watching another one. It had moved to the next one, and she commented.
Put the comments in the wrong place. Well, I apologize, and there may be one. You know how if you don't.
Good morning, Kay from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
Oh,
is it really hot there?
It's beachy. I think it's usually pretty nice by the ocean, isn't it?
Oh.
Let us know.
It's in the middle of the desert. I don't know.
All right, Palm Springs?
Let's get back to this. Okay.
Is Palm Springs in the desert?
I think so.
What am I thinking of? Santa Barbara. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
That's by the ocean.
Okay. Well, this is how it's going to be bound. So, with that in mind, this little piece of paper here is going to be what's going on the edge. And, really, I don't know what I'm talking about this for. I'll have absolutely nothing to do with that part of it.
Are we ready for the frame?
Are we ready? Are we ready?
Are we ready? Because I'm very excited about this. This is so my kind of thing.
Okay, well, I need to mix up my
I even, when she was talking about this stuff, I was like, oh, because I was working on something else. I'm like, I'll be up there. You need my help.
Oh, no, I already told her. I said, Mariah, I have some ideas, but I'm struggling with this because I already see problems arising. Number one involves measurement.
And cutting straight.
And I don't know who I was talking about the other day. It said ish. Yeah, my measurements are ish.
Oh, well, I think that was our
6-ish,
post when I
7-ish.
said we would be doing, we weren't going to do math. We were just going to wing it.
Oh, yeah. Well, there are times when you can't wing it, and this would be one of them if you'd like your edges to actually match up.
I feel like this is
And
sort
make
of
a
winging.
frame.
All right, I'm going to go. Or are you talking more about that? And then I jump over. What do you want to do? Do you want my notes? Here, look at that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Very excited about this.
This is cutting the frame. Okay, well, let me bring old
Yes, our spooky skull from Judy.
skull back in here. But now, the color that you see on this frame right now is not what is going.
Right, that's part of.
That's going to be part of the process. We're going to. So, why do I need?
Oh, good morning, Sandy.
Why do I need two? Well, remember, this has two sides.
There's an angry crow out there. Do you hear him?
Sometimes they are. Somebody upset him. I was going to say something else, but caught it just in time.
Good job. Good jobbers, P. Way to be PC.
So, it's got two sides, and I want both of them to show. So, it required two frames, sandwiching.
Which also kind of helps with our whole idea on then creating the area for the binding. And then P was very inspired by Carrie. I wonder if Carrie's here. Probably listening in the back, maybe. She's usually on our Skype thing. Let us know if you're here, Carrie.
Yeah, because I want to put this around the edge.
Not on that edge.
Not on that edge.
Or, well, wait. It might be that edge because this is the back side. So it would be on the other.
So
this is my job.
This actual, this is really hard because my, okay, so that's going to be sticky. Are you visualizing this? This is this will be the binding. I'm going to put sari ribbon around the edge, sticking out for nice texture. And hopefully, kind of going with whatever I decide to do as far as techniquing the frame. And then you'll have both sides framed.
There we go.
Isn't that awesome? Now, what you're going to see here is absolute magic because Mariah thought of this and I was just like, really? I don't think so. I'm not doing that.
This would have
But
taken her a week
she is-
and a lot of cussing. And she would have
yes.
been like in a mood, and then I would have had to come up here and console her with her hot chocolate. And
It's going to be all right. I think we can do this.
but I jumped right in.
Oh my gosh, have I lost one? Oh, here.
No,
sorry. We did lose one.
Yesterday I was like, I have to have 4. There have to be 4 because I have 3. Where did the 4th go?
Okay. All right. Now, well, I do want to talk about one more thing here,
Okay.
Mariah, before you get to cutting the actual things here.
It's not
Because
riveting, but
what I'm going to do while you're cutting the ends, the guts of it, I'm
Okay.
going to start my mixing of my glass beads with my.
perfect. I like
think
this
that the
idea.
timing's going to be great for that. But I do want to talk about one thing real quickly here.
Wait, one more thing.
One more thing. Okay, here's my, and I've got to show you. See, that didn't get washed out down there.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's building up.
Building up, and
I wonder if it'll kind of crust out at some point.
Well, I'll just soak it, and it'll all come out. But that's what happens when you have those little pointy edges. You've got to really get your toothbrush in there, and
Nice thing about the Yupo is that it's
you can soak this
scrubbable.
baby overnight.
Now the really thin ones, you have to. There's some areas got to be careful with.
Yeah.
But overall, you
Yeah,
can get
you
pretty
can-
scrubby on these if you
can
need
get
to.
pretty darn scrubby. Okay, I really like the X's, but I just didn't feel like that was a good fit for the frame.
Yeah, she needed a
And
tighter pattern.
I loved this one, but I felt like it was a little.
We're showing you things that are not available.
Oh.
Would you like to know why that is not available? Do you see the size of it?
It takes 2 hours to cut.
Although I think now with the new shipping stuff, I actually probably could start putting in 9 by 12 and ship them out in a catalog envelope. And if people understand that the mail might fold them.
Yeah.
But they are, even if, like, P has run over hers with the chair. You put them in a warm place. So this, just FYI, for all of you that do own some PM Artist Studio stencils, it is the UPO. If it gets crunched or you roll over it with your chair, just put it somewhere warm in the sunlight, and it will even out. Nice thing, because it's a very malleable plastic.
It really is.
So there you go.
There you go. Okay, so this took a lot longer than and that's why I was trying to go with the big one so I could just get it done in one fell swoop,
But
right?
the pattern was too big.
Yeah, but I've got a plan B. So I went through and I stenciled, let that dry, move it over, stencil another one, and yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. You can certainly do it. It just takes a little bit longer. But I think this scale is lovely.
Yes.
I really...
A nice thing about it being in the 4 pieces is that she could kind of work on one at a time, let it dry.
Oh, yeah.
Versus, you know, if it was already the frame, you kind of have to wait.
I had them all going. And I put it over here in the window, and by the time I got the last one done, this one was pretty much...
So you could kind of keep it
set up enough that I could come in and not bump it off. No, there's a couple of little places that...
But that'll all come out in the techniquing.
By the time we get through painting that, nobody will ever know.
All right.
Okay. Now, to Mariah.
On my notes. So here's the thing. The piece that Judy sent, the little cute skull guy, is approximately 6 inches square, right? So I'm going to go to mine. I think I have the camera set up right. There's P. She's mixing. Here are my, notes and everything. So what we decided is that a 1/2 inch border was what we really wanted. And which led nicely into an 8 by 8 square. So cut an 8 by 8 square. Now, if you want me to do
dimensions.
Yes, if you want me to do math on anything else, I don't know, that's a whole other that's a whole other thing. We just got lucky. This is what I'm sticking with. So don't ask me in the chat about
some other
measurement. This one worked. So I highly recommend using a 6 by 6 piece of artwork and then an 8 by 8 inch frame with a 1/2 inch. Oops, I slid a little bit there with a 1/2 inch border. So step 1 there is to create your 8 by 8 square. Then you come over here, cut diagonally from corner to corner. And I even just eyeball this because especially if you use the texture paste to do exactly what you saw P had done on the ones that we have finished, that it's going to cover up any little crisscross cut that you get. But all you have to do is, bring the thing in, 1.5 inches, kind of square up. Am I 1.5 inches? I am not. There we go. 1.5 inches. Cut down, sort of eyeball it. Same thing over here, 1.5 inches. Eyeball that. I crisscrossed there, but like I said, it's going to glue down. You're going to texture over it. That is not the end of the world. You can also do this with a ruler and probably be much more precise, or with a razor blade and or an X-Acto. But this is what I'm loving. I'm going to look at the chat for real quick here. So, folding it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have things that arrive that shouldn't be folded, and they do get folded as well. So, 1.5 inches. Cut it down. Bring that in, 1.5 inches. Sugars. Sugar. And then Boink. Man, I almost got that one like spot on. You see that? Woohoo! All right. That is how you cut the frames. And then you say, all right, well, why do I want, and then you do another set because you want 4. So you have front and back, because what you're going to do is you're going to crisscross the matching point of them. So on the other side, you do the things there, and then that way you have a nice sturdy frame. And what's cool is, like we said, what we're going to do is we're going to sandwich the one piece that has the wire binding for the spiral binding. It's going to sandwich in there, and then P also wants to put in between on the outside there the ribbon, the sari ribbon, kind of like what Carrie did with one of her tags that she saw in the swap. So I'm going to go back over to P. Any questions, let me know. This is kind of one of those things that, like, we'd love it if you come back and watch. And maybe I've been thinking about with some of these videos, cutting these quick little demos like this into a smaller video and then posting that later, kind of like a replay type situation. But something to kind of come back to. So the quick of that is 8x8 square, cut diagonally. Then you measure out 1.5 inches was what we wanted our frame border to be. Cut that in, and then you have your frame like so. There we go, guys. All right, I'm going to go back over to P.
Yada, yada.
Yada, yada. Yada, 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 yada.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get this just ever so slightly metallic, so I'm bringing in the big guns.
Bringing in that shiny stuff.
Shiny stuff. The butter is good. I love the consistency of the butter, but it's sometimes doesn't hang in there when you start mixing with other mediums.
Oh, yes, that's a lovely idea, Jeanette.
Pardon?
So kind of when they fold stuff, so like even for the Yupo, you can soak it in some warm water and then put it in between some heavy stuff, flatten it back out. I bet that would work perfectly. Very good idea, Jeanette.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, it is some good stuff. All right, what my goal here is, see, I'm kind of using my oopsie there to do a little test to see whether it's the color that I want it. And I want to get it into the kind of rusty brown. I don't know, that's
liking that.
Getting there. I'm liking that. I think it needs just a little squeeze maybe of the yellow.
Some yellow.
Pump up that.
Pump it up.
And I'll tell you what.
You're getting low on your yellow.
On yellow. Well, I use it in a lot of the mixes.
Oh, Sharon says, yes, we do have mica powder because we have the, you could sprinkle a little bit of the magicals in there.
I could. Good idea.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, and I even got some kind of...
She has it, like, right there, too.
I do. And look at this. I can just reach over
and she can find it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Look at that. It's magical.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
Okay. Now, this stuff is pretty...
I think that's probably more than enough.
Ding, ding,
we need one of those little tiny, like, apothecary type kit, like with the little tiny scoop.
Yeah.
I've thought about that with a lot of things, actually.
Well, that may just kind of get lost in the mix, but you don't know until it dries.
Yeah. That's when the shimmer really shows.
Don't get excited about, oh man, I lost it in there. That was a total...
Some people might be coming over this show thinking that you're mixing like chocolate or something. It's not a baking
look
show.
At that. All right, now let's test it over here. You can see the others. See that yellow? It just made it a little bit more into the coppery range. I'm really liking that a lot. A lot. Okay, I'm calling it.
I like it a lot.
I'm calling it. I'm thinking that, I don't know, maybe I should put a little bit more.
A little more what? Think out loud.
Think out loud. I'm thinking out loud. I'm trying to think out loud. Okay, we go to this.
Why do we go to this?
We're going to this to make it a little bit more translucent, and I'm hoping maybe give those little bitty particles a chance to shine. And this is really, you should not use a contaminated knife, but I think it's dry.
Famous last words. I think it's dry.
You know, I'm getting low here. If
It's okay.
I contaminated this, it would be okay.
It's at the end of the barrel.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I have one on order.
No, I actually have another one over there.
Oh, she already has the backup here. Very good.
I order these 2 at a time.
I think that's how Judy P orders them too.
I just wish they would make them in a larger container.
Yes. Same thing with Light and Fluffy. We've actually asked them about that.
Make me happy.
That's why they send us stencil butters.
Okay, thank you, Celicia, for these lovely little stirring. Now, you won't see it till I get it over here, but all of a sudden it did. It changed the whole.
Yeah, hold it up to the light a little. Come into the light, Carol Ann.
No, it's not. Just don't go into the light, Carolyn.
I know, but I need her to always come into the light.
Okay. See, we're getting, that's allowing that copper, those two
Oh, Angela,
chunks.
Okay, so Impasto, there are 2 products that PM Artist Studio is just in love with.
Never without.
Never without. Light and Fluffy texture paste. I talked to you about that. Highly recommend it. Life is not the same. That is what we are actually using on the frame. The second is the Impasto, U.S. Art Supply. They have a lot of great products. In fact, the iridescent paints and things that we use often are also theirs.
This is where
I have reached out to them. They still don't really, acknowledge me. And I also hashtag them.
I don't really think that...
They're just not really into, I don't know. They don't, it's like they make awesome cheap stuff and it's great. Done. The Impasto is very nice to use for mixing paints. Like this, it adds more body to it. It creates a more transparent
I use it for transparency because I don't... And I'm still working on my formula with that, whatever that paint is that Mo told me not to get, and I went ahead and got it.
Well, she'd already bought it after the conversation.
Yes.
She went in and thought, okay, yeah, I'm going to try this stuff out. And then there was more conversation. So,
Oh, no, my dippers. Dippers.
You done lost your dipper.
My dippers underground.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, this little jobber came with some herbal supplements. So, never throw these things away. All right,
we've
count with me. 1, 2.
This is more for her than you.
3. It's like, when you're getting to the sugar and you're going, did I just
one,
did I
two, and then everybody's like, oh my God.
Okay, so there we go with our beads. I'm going to get rid of that because I'm running out of room over here.
Hey, we will only recommend some very economical products and such. Now, every once in a while, like the golden paints, if you can get those, definitely do, because there's just nothing like the golden paints.
Yeah.
But there are other supplies. And even the Light and Fluffy, I mean, for the cost of it's highly superior to other brands that are more expensive.
It's only about $1 cheaper than the golden.
But a little bit goes a long way.
And I don't care. Whoever, now see, I think we're going to need another, because I want to stiffen this up.
How are you going to do that? You going to put more impasto in?
No. I'm going to put more beads.
Oh, she's beating it up. So, now we're up to 4.
4 scoops, and I've just run out. I don't think this is going to fit in my container.
I've got 2 here. I swear. Like, I say this all the time, but this is how she cooks, too. It's like, you really just need to bring out the biggest pot you have. Although, really, no, it's best that she starts out small. If you gave her the biggest pot, you'd be...
It never fails.
Is it? Well, I want to say SOL, and then you always say that it's something nice, and I can't remember what that is.
Simply out of luck.
There we go. That's the one. Simply out of luck.
Okay, can you see the consistency?
Oh, that's
just
a great
that one little scoop. I still need one more, because I want it to stay at a peak. That's my goal. And part of the problem is when I was mixing my color, I needed to stop, messing around and just
Yes, she needs a bigger. Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Where are you gonna put that? No, she's already taken this from the kitchen, and these are our good mixing ones. She's like,
I know, but I love these because that nice rounded side, Felicia will be able to appreciate.
Yes.
Okay, can you see how it's keeping? See, look at that. That's what you want. If it falls back down in there, it's too wet and it will seep through your stencil.
Aw, Angela, she says, I'll be referring you to the entire year of 2022. Y'all know I have already price shot. I knew we were related.
Oh, the conversation I was having the other day with Ann and Mo about keeping stuff.
Oh, that was such a sweet conversation.
Buttons. I love buttons.
Her feet are on the button.
Right now, my feet are on the container I have.
It's mainly because it's too heavy and should not be put up above in case somebody didn't realize what it is.
Work out for a week before I lift it up to open it up because it's a heavy booger.
Oh, yes. And Angela, there is, we have it on our website and there are links Mo created. She's such a sweetie. A PDF version in the group. Our group takes care of us because sometimes we need help.
I always need help.
Yeah.
Now, y'all know about my coffee mixture, right? We've talked about that.
Well, we have some
was in another video.
We have some new people. But yes, the coffee thing, it was amazing. I was even asking P, I was like, oh, so you're getting along with the black texture paste better. And she says, no, that's my coffee paste.
That's my coffee paste. But now this is my cafe au lait.
With a little milk. How does it smell? Have you smelled it lately?
It smells like coffee.
There you go.
Yeah.
Better than like the weird urea smell.
Now, I will say, I keep those from my vitamins and my herbal supplements. I save these little hummers.
Oh, yes.
Because your coffee grounds, you might think they're completely dry, but I assure you they are not, and it will mold.
She had that happen.
Yes.
It was gross.
It was terrible. We had to throw out a whole bunch of it because I didn't think it had ever, once it molds, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like, so I had to start over.
Just not to mess around with the mold.
I'm not charging you any for that information. Okay. Now, here we are. And this is my...
Oh, God, Judy P. She's going to be sending you some buttons. We don't need any more buttons, Judy.
Unless they're really, really cool ones.
Oh, jeez.
And then
She has a thing about buttons.
I have a thing about buttons. The reason I don't use a lot of the buttons that I have is because they came from my great-grandmother.
They're special.
They're special. And if I use them, it's the kind that aren't going anywhere. I want to make sure
like they need to be.
Yeah, they're in the family. And
well, we've used a couple for some of the journals that we make because we don't sell our journals. They are ours and we keep them for the closures. So that's a great way to use, those buttons that you're hoarding and are special.
Yeah, put them on something that you're going to keep forever and ever. And, I should put a little note in there. You
know what we should do is get out that big tapestry thing that once hung on my wall over here. We could hang it over on that wall, but we could sew all the buttons on there. That would be beautiful. Although it'd weigh about probably 1,000,000 pounds then, because it's quite heavy anyway.
Well, I once, and I still have it. It's in storage. It is a wool vest that my great-grandmother knitted for my great-uncle when he was in World War II. And it's, of course, army green. Yeah, I love that.
She does. She loves some army green.
So, I found it in an old chest of my grandmother's. And I said, can I have this? She said, well, honey, it has a lot of moth holes in it. And I said, that's not a problem. So I sewed buttons on all the moth holes.
Oh, it's wonderful looking. You'll have to bust that out.
I'll have to bust
next
that
week.
out. Just remind me when, we don't go to storage very often because...
Oh, is it over there?
Yeah, it's in storage.
We don't go over there because we don't like to really talk about it. It's kind of
yeah.
It's a hot topic around here.
Yeah, it is.
For a lot of people.
Okay, I'm going to try to maneuver this because I just know...
Oh, here she goes showing some things that people are going to want. This is wonky net, like full 9x12.
Okay, well, I'm going to have, see, this little corner down here that doesn't get any, but I'm not worried about that.
Did you just angle it ever so? See, that's the nice thing about wonky net is that.
Oh, look at you, Mariah.
If you just, yeah, I think if you angle ever so slightly.
Oh, no, I'm still going to run out over here.
Well, what's the... I say the corner is better.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. But now we need to see over here. We've got the, yeah, we're just going to have to, that swoopy in here.
Well, Lisa, usually, like, this is how actually, I think, wasn't it one of our first live streams was we were just doing, like, a review of our journals that we had created that year? We haven't created as many this year because, you know, we created a bunch of stuff because, A, we were on the design team for Louisa Heinzel, and that's how we actually met both Jeanette. Well, Jeanette I knew from a previous design team, and then she was also on Louisa's, and then Angela as well. But that's how we kind of know some of these folks. It's gritty. So we made more things then, like finished journals. Now we focus on our live stream stuff, so we get a lot of pieces and parts and things done, but journals are, a little harder. Although we've been doing more of these binding of the gel prints, because that has sort of taken over things too. The gel printing.
Yeah, it has. I'm the maker of the stuff. I hand it off to Mariah, and she does something with it. So everybody's happy because she hates gel print.
That looks it looks disgusting, but it's gonna be awesome, y'all.
Okay, now when you're doing this, you want to reach under there.
Hold
it and pull it.
Lift with purpose.
Okay. Now, I need to be real careful with this little booger.
Do you need me to take that off to the...
Oh, no.
Okay.
We're not.
She's going to do the wipe off.
I'm going to try.
Okay. Do you need me to take that?
Okay, I can get a little bit on the other side because remember, this is... Okay, and here's the other thing. Go along the edge with your finger and try to get off.
But don't go heavy, because if you push too much, then you push it into the thing.
Yeah. But see what I'm getting off there? But look at that. Isn't that absolutely fabuloso texture?
You know it's good when she says fabuloso.
It's Italian.
And then I just think about how my house should be cleaned.
It's either Italian or Spanish. I don't know.
I just know it's a cleaning product that our cleaners used to use when we had cleaners.
Okay, we're getting a bit of warpage here. So it's actually good that I have this piece down here to hold on to.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take it through the pass.
I think I'm just gonna flip it over here on the table.
Hey, she cleaned up her table over there and went out to the garage, found things, didn't ask about it.
I found some boards. I said I'm rather plead, you know, insanity and say I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was using your boards that you decided that you were going to use.
No, they were extra ones from the laundry room, like shelving stuff.
They're lovely maple plywood. And what I was using was one of my old portfolios from elementary school. Ooh, hear that? Well, I mean, we got some texture going here. All right, now, this morning I changed out, and I want y'all to know that I'm going to, as soon as this dries, I can use it again.
Yeah, you'll see that someday and be like, oh, that's the...
Yeah, how about that?
Chocolate frame thing.
So we'll just turn this over for now and use the other side. Because...
This is that craft paper that we rave about all the time. I'm telling you, it's so handy for so many things. And I can't tell you how many journals that has ended up in as, like, primary pieces in a journal. From even just assembly. But yes, back to Lisa's thing. We will definitely do a year in review of... We usually don't do anything without showing you guys.
Because we're just dang proud of what we do. And we just know that it's something that everybody in the world is going to want to see. Not necessarily.
We also do this to the people that come and visit us.
Yeah.
Which isn't very many.
We've culled a lot of them.
You really want to know who your friends and family are.
The ones that are still coming back and listening to your...
Want to see your latest journal. Those are the keepers.
Yeah. And you know, unfortunately, most of you people are online. We're not physically nearby.
We've talked about doing a tour at some point. That's going to be part of our... All right, we win the lottery. And then we do a big RV tour and pick up everybody. And then by then, they'll have our, you know, hotel, motel. She wants a motel because she doesn't want anything with an elevator or whatever. Anyway, we'll discuss that. Depends on who wins the lottery, who gets to decide whether it's a hotel or motel.
That's right.
So then we go on our tour. And then everybody can, like, stay for a week or whatever.
Now look at that marvelousness.
That's
there.
Yeah.
And that will have enough texture to it that you'll be able to see it. Now, I will advise you on one thing. Check the back of your stencil. Can you see there where it started coming through? You don't want that. You want to get rid of that because that's going to show up in very unwanted places. So just give it a quick wipe down. Now, I just contaminated the whole area here. Oh well, I've got more than one of these pieces and this is fine.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do. So the texture paste is pretty important to get it cleaned up. Because it sticks, it will fill up the holes.
It will.
It's very hard to get off.
And you do want to check because those little places, see, it's starting to build up in the corners there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably take this in and do a really good scrub job after I get through stenciling.
Or some people do like the Murphy's oil. We've never done that, but Murphy's oil stuff to scrub them or wash them or
something. Do y'all want me to do another pass of this, or do you think you've got it? I don't want to beat this horse.
Okay, so you've seen us cut the frame. We have now shown you.
While you're deciding that, I'm going to go ahead and put my paste into its little container. Hopefully, it's going to fit.
Oh, good. Anne's back. My husband would like if I gave more stuff away.
What?
And Jeanette's always giving boxes of lovely things away because Jeanette has everything. She has things that we didn't realize we needed. Type of things.
Hey, I'll tell you what. We are.
And she's organized.
Yes, she actually knows where her stuff is.
Yeah, she has this.
I kind of have ideas about general areas where things are. Like it's in the storage.
It's more unit. It's more like an APB, last known what is it? Last known
location.
There we go. I don't think that an all points bulletin for I'm gonna put an APB out and then its last known location was
I'm gonna try to get this. This does look pretty disgusting, doesn't it?
Well, it's you can either go there or you can say it looks like chocolate. I'm going with chocolate.
Okay, me too.
With like sugar crystals.
Hey, it fit. Now I am going to hand you this.
Oh goodness! All right.
What I need you to do is I wipe all the excess I can with toilet paper.
Yeah, we don't wash that stuff down the sink.
Well, there's for many reasons. One is plumbers are really expensive.
And then there's the environment.
And then there is the environment.
Mainly the environment.
I always kind of, I know that this is probably kind of gross, but I just do this because that is like an inch of stenciling right there.
An inch of stenciling. Okay. I'm going to turn me off. I will grab that. If you'll hand me both of those things and take that off to the restroom and clean things up.
Bless your heart. You're wonderful.
All right. So, talking.
I think I'm going to keep you. Okay. Now, another little thing to remember. The reason I'm doing this, you get those little glass beads caught in your lid in those little groovy parts. You're not going to be happy and it's not going to seal. So, make sure that you take, and I just do a quick wipe. And I even do this anymore on my texture paste because I've had to take it to the bathroom and work on it with the... All right, look at that. Woohoo! Now I probably need to label that. Well, I think I'll be able to tell. So, yeah, And I'm sure that Mariah will sell you this stencil, but she's probably going to charge. She kind of said ugly things to me about after she cut it, because I think it used up 2 because the first one got stuck or something.
What? No, I've got it down now.
Now
I have to recreate that one using the smaller one. But yes, I can.
And I would think, you know, especially like Lisa and Judy, who do those big pieces, that something like this might be, you know, what you're interested in. I don't know. I just...
Look at that. Didn't even have to use any water.
All right. All right. See these little dishes? The reason I mix in these instead of the jars, and I learned this the hard way, is because when you mix in the jars, you always have that around the edge that you can never get to. And that can really mess you up sometimes if you grab that inadvertently. Okay, we're done with that. Thank you. And if you don't have some of these, definitely worth the time and effort to invest in those. And I'm pretty sure those are from Amazon.
What's that?
Alicia, is Alicia in our...
Oh yeah, the little
paddles.
Yeah, paddles, spatulas.
Yes, spatulas.
Swear.
Okay, now the only thing is I have to make sure that I'm not covering up my...
All right, I'm back. Let me read the chat here.
Yes, please do.
Oh. Wait,
I'm
did we have somebody new come in?
Collecting my thoughts here.
Trying to see.
I guess.
Oh, and Ellis, yes, hello. She's from Sweden.
Oh,
awesome. Well, welcome.
Yes, absolutely.
And did I say that right? And Elise, maybe. And Ellis.
All right.
There we go.
What's next?
Oh, I know who. Oh, Annalise makes some very beautiful journals. I know who you are, Annalise. Okay.
What are we doing here?
Well, we have stenciled, and we are ready. Are we ready for assembly? Or no? You need to make your thing pretty. You need to put some shiny things on the frame. Shine it up, baby. I don't think she was ready for that.
Well, what I really wanted to do, and I don't know that sequentially that's the right thing.
Well, you need to put some things out there because that is a very boring shot.
Is that a very boring shot?
Just...
Oh, well, I can unmooring that right away.
Yeah. Oh, good. She's gonna freak out the camera. This is what she wants to do.
I just think that because now I've got everything clean here. When I start doing that other stuff,
very good.
We will get back. A real big mess.
We will get back to making the frame pretty. Now we're going to show you some things that we're thinking about putting with the journal.
Yes, and these are things from
Marlago. Hello, good morning.
And these are just that she sent the most amazing things. And I don't know. Can you see that's a kitty? I'm going to deconstruct this because I want that kitty somewhere else. But I haven't done that yet. And oh boy, let me tell you what. Izzy.
Oh yeah, there was a little battle about the spiders.
Look at that. That will definitely
Good
be
morning,
used.
Marianne.
And look at this kitty. And look at this bat.
What do you think about that bat?
I love that. It looks like somebody cut that bat out, and I am so happy you cut that out. I hate doing that.
Lisa, did you fussy cut that bat?
She did. But Mariah already said this is going to be a little miniature page within.
Yes,
I think I'm gonna write Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. Take a passage and write that on there.
Yeah, and then you could put a crow at the top there.
Look at these papers that she sent.
Oh,
this is the interior.
Yeah.
Mariah, I think you have the other parts that did I give them to you?
Oh, God. Lisa, do not send that baby any more stickers. I mean, that kid has stickers coming out her ears.
Hey.
And we've actually started taking them away from her because she does not appreciate the stickers like we need her to.
Yes. I told her, I said, you know what?
She rations
I allow her 4 at a time. She's rationed.
Yeah.
Okay, now these little things are the interior. Mariah, where you got to drag the frames out.
I was like, why don't you have the frames?
Okay, Mariah cut these out of the middle of these cool papers that Lisa sent. So can you see that?
So this is gonna be like a artist book made of frames and cool, just little creepy things. And
then what we're going to do is sandwich one of the...
Look at this. Are you guys just losing your minds?
X-rays. Oh,
We
was
did.
all about this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She showed them all. We were making dinner, and Izzy would hold them up at the top of the stairs and say, "Can you see it?
Can you see it? Can you see it?" And I'm going to put this paper underneath. But look at this.
Oh, that's
And I
cool.
have been
I like
designing
that.
gel prints.
Well, you gel printed some of those, so show that on the frame.
Oh, well, yeah.
That actual frame has been altered with gel printing.
Yes, it has. And the reason is because, see, one side's green and one side's red. I want to bring in some of that different. And I haven't gel plated these yet, but I'm thinking copper. This is the back side. It's cool little skulls. Lisa,
And we kept the pieces.
These papers were awesome. I don't know where you got them, but
She
I loved them. And this one, I'm probably going to do some more things. That's kind of a little bit deco for my...
I like
it needs to be more gothic. Yeah, don't
Gothic
worry.
deco.
No worries. It'll be gothic. But look at what Mariah did on this one. Isn't this awesome?
Well, she gel plated it. And
Oh, yeah, I
printed
gel
it,
plated
and
it.
then I cut out the by hand, like just freehand razor.
Oh, here it is. It's upside
It's
down.
friend.
Oh, and look at the back of these little coffins. Oh, my...
But then, do you have the pieces
What pieces?
that I cut out?
Oh,
We're thinking
yeah.
about making pockets out of those.
There.
And it's cool because they're that sort of kind of... I know there's a name of that cross. Like, there's a cross that is that...
Copic.
Yes.
Copic. But see, and these can become, these are the interior parts of this.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. There.
Okay, you gotta move more into the middle
Oh,
there.
sorry.
There you go. Can you see it?
I got it. And I love my bloody red wax dyed paper, Lisa. Awesome.
And so
Love it, love it,
then
love it.
we're going to put, so the x-ray things, we're going to put inside of those. And then that way, depending on which page they lay on, there'll be a different effect of like what it's grabbing into. How about that?
But
Rather than just overlaying it on one thing. Because that's what she was going to do. And I was like, no.
No, well, I that's why I think it's if you have, I wanted her to cut out another frame so that I could use one side would be a cool frame and then this would be a separate one and it'd have its, and then when you turn them over you would see this. But
She wants me to cut out more stuff.
I may get her around to my way of thinking, but look at this.
To be determined.
Back paper. Oh,
Yeah.
and here's some more
And this is just a...
skulls.
Oh, and Lisa sent us some of the new wax dyed paper. Lisa, do you have that in your store? Or was that just because you love us? Or let us know in the chat. She might have more wax dyed paper ready. I don't know. It goes quick.
Well, you can see in here a whole bunch of stuff, and I've got a gel print that's in the process of, and you can see I used the web over the top of all this. I'm going to go over this with one color, and it's going to be wonderful and fabulous and whatever. Okay. So, there we go.
I'm not going to read that one out loud, Angela.
What did she say? What did she say?
Well, see, now I have to read it. She says, we know. You are the brains of the duo, Mariah. she has good ideas, too. I just usually have to fine-tune them. Because a lot of times what she brings me, I'm like, okay, I like that. That seems extremely complicated. So let's try this first. I'm usually okay, we need a whole team to work that out. And
I bring Mariah little pieces of
Notes.
paper with little, like yesterday, on the...
Oh, Sharon wants to know more about the pouch. Like with the little, kind of crossy, the is it Copic or Copic?
Copic.
Okay, Copic
What does she want to know?
Well, we're going to make that into just more of a pocket, or I have ideas about these things. Again, more of that is going to be next week. She just couldn't contain herself because she just...
I just wanted to share all this with y'all.
Try to keep her on task.
I've lost those. They're... Oh, here they are.
And so here's our guy. Minotaur, Pan, Diablo.
And this is just... This is the wipe off from one of the texture paste things. Okay, so here was the piece of paper in its entirety. It looked like this. Came in a little pad.
Yes, that's right.
And then I gel plated it, obviously. See, gel plated over this. And then I handed it to Mariah, and she cut it out.
Yeah. And then she wants to know more like, what we're going to do with the pocket thing. And see, we're going to put those together. We'll glue them. And who knows what we'll stuff inside of there, but we have plenty.
Oh, yes.
I'm also, I have some other ideas about that. Now that we're talking about it.
Anyway.
That might end up even becoming 2.
That's yes. I think that would be a better use of materials. Okay.
Yeah.
Here is El Diablo / Minotaur Man. And I'm bringing in lime green. I guess you all figured out lime green would be part of the color scheme here.
Well, it's a good spooky color. See, this is when I allow booger green. Look, yeah.
From Judy's, this is where I'm getting my color palette from. Now, I might have to flick some bloody red stuff out here so I can use Lisa's bloody red. You know.
Wax dyed papers.
We have to have some murder going on here.
It's got to get murdery.
Got to get murdery.
Hashtag murdery.
Got to get murdery. Okay.
I'm always worried about using that hashtag over there on Instagram, but...
Yeah, on what you're going to get. I've got to move my stash stuff here.
We mean it in the nicest way possible. More in an artistic way.
Yeah. It's usually referring to color.
Yes, color.
Okay, so now we're coming back. I'm going to get a new piece of paper here. This one's probably...
Oh, so Sharon has her husband's giant scans from before her hysterectomy. So wait, what is... Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta read that right. Wait, what? I saved the giant scans, x-rays before my hysterectomy to make the lamp. Oh, for her son to let him know. Okay, that's... I was like... Did I read that right?
Okay. All
That's
right.
hilarious.
Now, you know, I don't have a way to go here.
What do you mean a way to go? Like,
well,
you need direction? Or...
No, I haven't thought about this part.
I
a
have.
lot. Well.
But my ideas are sometimes not the route. Take.
All right, well, there's no sense in busting out the gel plate for this because I want to add texture to this and color. And I'm just going to do some dabbing and daubling. And here's our mix.
This is the mix.
This is the mix. We're going to give it double time here and see what happens. But I'm just, what? You know, I don't know what this is going to do. Obviously, I guess maybe
we can make more.
I was so tired last night, and I just had, you know, I spent probably an hour and a half going through all that stuff.
Yeah, because it was fun to just kind of go through and then re-go through.
And then, hey, but I'm liking this.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think it's the end all be all.
No.
But you know what? I'm starting to see some of the
shimmer. Okay, hold that up and do it slow because the light will pick it up. But remember, so this has a 5 scoops of the reflective business in it, the beads, and
do use a crap brush for this.
Do use a crap brush
because it's going to eat it up. This one's so bad. It only has the brushes. It's dried paint about halfway down there, so it's more like a stencil brush. Used to be a really, kind of.
And I think your kids sound really cool. Anne says, my older boys were friends with the daughter of the hospital pathologist when I had her hysterectomy. The girl got them into the lab to see my uterus. Weird children.
Hey, we have people. I have my sister's a registered nurse, and my step granddaughter is also registered nurse.
Yes.
So we have lots of people, that talk about bodily functions, and then we don't think anything about it.
No, we don't.
Well, I really do. I like this, and I'm just going to bring over...
Chris liked the black and white.
Who?
Chris.
Oh. Well, now, see, I'm thinking this is going to dry lighter. What I may do when it gets dry is brayer some of that orange butter, which I don't know what I did.
She's looking for, grungy, murdery.
Orange butter over the top
or
of it.
Angela, hashtag blotty. I'll use that one too. Blotty.
And the frame on the other side doesn't have to be the same. And see, I was so concerned about that corner down there, and you're not even going to notice that. Where it was a little bald because it didn't get anything.
A little bald.
Okay. Well, it's drying a lot more.
Is it drying quick?
It really is.
Well, remember, you put in that mica stuff, too. The magicals. Which we know anything with...
Yeah.
With shimmer stuff in it tends... Plus, you put in the iridescent from U.S. Art Supply, which is also a very quick drying.
Yeah, all of those metallics dry super, super fast.
And I'm wondering, like, the little beady things...
And see how they've kind of collected in the creases?
Which will be interesting when
It will be interesting.
I might have to figure out how to do a video where it, like, really, like, gives you the reflective...
Yeah, we need to go into the closet or the bathroom. I don't know if y'all find this really fascinating or whatnot, but...
That's
no,
right.
I have to. I've got this out, so you're just gonna have to hang with me, and indulge me, because otherwise I will wash this brush out and then I'll have to get it all cruddy again. Because this is the other half of the frame, and we would kind of like for the two similar.
Two sides should be similar. On the same
now
side.
the opposite side, I don't care so much about that.
Are you gonna leave it more?
Well, we're going to play around with the colors that we have on the,
Okay.
Our, see, look at what this brush is just, oh, poor little thing. But I'm kind of doing a circular motion to kind of get them down in there. But sometimes I kind of like it when they clog up and, like getting the grooves and creases.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
I think it is a good thing.
Especially with the reflective deals. Like I said, I think that's going to be cool.
Because I don't know. It's hard to tell because right now it's still wet. So we don't know if it's wet, shiny, or glass bead shiny.
Well, there's quite the discussion happening over in Makers about the glass beads. So Lisa first got the Liquitex version, and then I can't remember. Was it the?
I think Judy is the one that got Winsor Newton.
Winsor Newton. Plus, she also found some really cool. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like laser something, which has some cool shiny stuff in it.
It's more of a flat thing, but it's like
from one of those
iridescent
big box stores that shall not be named. Judy named it over in the group. But, I'm not being, mysterious or whatever. But, and then ours are the beads. But I think that we are going to, should we get a different one? Or I really like the Liquitex one.
I think that, they've, we've more or less exhausted. I don't think there's anybody else that makes the...
Golden has... I think. But, they're always real proud of their stuff.
They're real proud of their stuff.
I'm not always...
The price is not indicative of the quality necessarily.
Now, paint, they've got. Paint, it's very hard to compete with. Texture pastes and things of that nature, we have found other products that we love more.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, Golden. But we do love your paint.
We do.
Because I'm sure that they're watching.
Okay, I'm just trying to clean
chuckle.
off as much of this brush as I possibly can.
Maybe one day they'll actually leave a message or comment. Hey, that reminds me. If you guys are, hanging out, loving on us and whatnot, give us a thumbs up. Whether you're watching the replay or just, here in the chat, we always appreciate that. We do.
All right, I'm going to put this aside for a bit because we're going to work on the other side.
So you're thinking the brown business is going on the skull side.
It's going on the skull side.
That is not even close to being done, y'all. For those of you that are new and... I mean, I'm sure many of you know that is just now layer 2 of
and I should tell you,
50.
All of these pieces of paper that I'm dragging over here, I cleaned off my tabletop thing. And what I do is I don't ever take it off. I just put another layer on top. I had a wad, and it would go...
There comes a point.
Poofing stuff.
She's poofing stuff.
Poofing stuff. And I was going, oh man, this is not working for me. I got to do something here. So,
hashtag poofing stuff. I don't want to know what's on that hashtag either.
That could be some really, really bad.
We won't go there.
All right, so what are we thinking here?
I'm kind of like with Chris. I kind of like it, as is, but maybe a little shimmer. I really want you to use maybe some of the butters or the Vicky Bouton stuff. Maybe I should take over. I don't know. Because it needs just like a cool gradient shimmer, but that might be too much for it too, and take it away.
Okay, we're not emphasizing the frame. We're emphasizing the artwork within the frame.
Well, the frame becomes some of
the frame is important.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. There's a slight disagreement.
And there are some times when I'm just going to say, hey, whoa, no.
Sometimes.
No. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm kind of leaning towards that.
I like that. And then maybe you could come in and highlight a few little areas using the Vicky Bouton and some of the butter. Just little highlights.
Well, what I could do is I could set up one of my gel plates here.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can get it brayered off and then just hit it.
Do that.
Hit the highlights.
I like that idea.
All right. I think I agree with that. I do not always agree with what...
Oh, so Judy's giving us... Okay, hold on. I need a dispenser small. Okay. Yes. I'm telling you. That's why it was really good that Pete put it in the container. Because I think the bag is just asking for trouble.
Oh, heavens, yes. Because that could be like a total disaster. Yes. Yeah. They're very small.
Yes.
Did I come up too fast?
Oh, that was perfect. There you go. Now, when you take it away slowly. So it doesn't freak out the camera. Okay, so Golden has clear granular gel that is supposed to look like crushed glass. Ooh.
Well, that sounds kind of dangerous.
I think it's maybe like once it dries, perhaps. She has not had luck with crackle. I can crackle. She can't crackle. She has no patience for crackle.
I have no patience for crackle.
Like leaving something overnight. Like she just cannot not futz with it until it does its thing.
I could put some of this in a little thing and then, but I'm not going to.
I think that's a lot of pain. But you do what you need to do there.
I will.
Micro beads. Is that what those things were called when you ordered them? No, they're just reflective.
They're reflective glass beads number 1.
Number 1. And then, Angela says, let's highlight both. See, there you go. That's very diplomatic. I love that. Loving the frame. And Felicia says, that's nice. Thank you, Felicia. I'm digging that. That's a good color.
It is.
That's part of that U.S. Art Supply. And it comes in like a set of, 12? I think it was 12? Maybe more. Pretty sure it's 12,
yeah. I think so.
It's fantastic.
And I mean, I've used...
I don't think there's been a live stream yet since we got those.
Well, remember, a lot of my original paint mixtures involved some...
Especially
one
the
whole
metallics.
series.
Yeah, all the metallics, obviously.
And I'm kind of liking this because it's, it's not completely covering it.
Got some spots.
where it's kind of
roughed up.
You also have your
distressed.
Well, you have your white stuff on top of your black, so you've got a natural
highlight.
Yeah, built in.
Is that what you were going to say?
Something like that.
Okay. Paddle up. I'm almost finished with my coffee. I'm a little zingy. Sharon has, I thought it was hilarious when you guys were doing the gel printing, and I think Marianne actually said that too about the whole gel printing is that, you know, waiting for the stuff to dry on the plate is hard to do. Painful. So, totally looks like the microderm powder I... Could be. I think that's a beauty product, right? The microderm stuff to exfoliate. I don't know.
That might work.
I don't know about that. I think you'd be better off using the coffee grounds. At least they're natural. We don't know where these things are coming from. Oh, Felicia has a bunch of seed beads. P has some too, and they make her angry. I can still kind of see enough to mess with them, but yeah, that might be a good use of them. Mixing them in.
Yeah.
To paint. I like that idea, Felicia.
I think that could work.
You do it. Show us in the group.
Well, you could also take your, rolling pin and crush them up and get more mileage out of them.
Oh, hey, Carrie.
But that might be dangerous. Hey, we talked about you.
So, she says budgie grit mixed with gesso makes a nice texture, too.
What is it?
Budgie. And then Anne asks, what's budgie? You buy it from the pet shop.
I love that.
On the bottom of their... Oh, so... budges. What are budges?
Like parakeets.
Oh! Hey, I'm learning things. That's all I gotta say. I never heard that.
Well, that went really, really fast. I don't know what to do now because it needs to dry before.
I think it'll dry pretty quick. How's your coffee thing? Can we do some more to it? Let's do some stuff to it.
Kind of clean off my poor little old stumpy brush here. But see, I think this looks really good because it's got a green tinge to it.
Oh yeah, that does look pretty nice. If you bought that at the frame store, it'd be it'd cost you an arm and a leg.
Oh my goodness,
yes. So she bought some recently, and she says it's like crushed shells.
Oh.
I read it like you get it on Budgie's bottom. It's the bottom of the cage, I think.
Yes.
Not the bottom of the bird.
Well, the bird's bottom is involved.
Yes. The purpose is what comes out of the bird.
Yeah.
To the bottom.
Well, I think I'm going to put this aside for just a minute. And even the places where, it's kind of funny and...
That'll be okay.
Excuse me. I think
Goodness.
It's going to be quite lovely.
Oh.
Not quite.
So.
Yeah, it's still got some drying time to do.
Some drying time.
I'm going to bring back my other one that I stenciled to check out and see what it looks like.
Okay. So Lisa figured out how to rough up the glass because she was she did some really cool things with alcohol inks on top of the glass bead business. So, but then she wanted to put it on like a votive candle holder. But her first run at it slicked off, and so now she's roughed up the glass and she got it to stick. So hopefully.
Hey, Lisa, I had another idea about that the other night. If you did your stenciling on tissue paper and then decoupage that onto the glass.
There you go.
But look at this.
Back. Backward. Up, but a bit more in the middle there. There you go. Now up. Looky there. Now do the thing that I do. She hates that. She doesn't find that fun.
I find it twitchy.
Twitchy. Well, do it slow.
But you can see the loft that you've got there.
I'm not seeing a ton of the shimmery yet, but still give it time. Like, you know, once it dries, some more stuff might happen there.
Well, I'm seeing some. But like you said, it is not dry.
Oh, she used her dyed wax paper. Yeah, I mean, of course. That makes...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh. And then you just decoupage it on there. Oh, yeah.
That's good. Can't wait to see that.
Can't wait to see that.
Is that what you did in the video? Let us know. Sorry, I feel like we're giving all the spoilers away.
Okay, now what? What do we want to talk about? What do we want to do?
Well, I was hoping we were going to get a little bit, you know, further on those frames, but I guess that's all right.
I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm not doing the hairdryer thing on.
No.
No. That is not happening on my watch.
She has a thing against the
It's
hairdryer.
that and vacuum cleaners. As long as
Guess I could go the other room and do it.
Yeah.
I do have this other frame over here. So if you wanted to mess around with it and maybe show the shimmer stuff.
Well, what about if I do a different one of my mix over here?
Yeah, here. Here you go.
Let me get a new paper.
I flung it at her.
Well, you can tell how old this is. This is from alcohol ink days.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it does.
That's alcohol
You
ink.
just never really want to run into brushos because
That is a really nice corner.
It is.
I'm going to use a different one.
You know, we only have bags of things that look like this.
Here's some poopy blue.
It's the Miami Vice blue.
That's probably from a more recent.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's some pink down here. I don't know. I think this was when I was doing those flowers for you, Mariah, for one of your cards.
Oh yeah, I don't think P has seen that. Judy posted a thing.
I haven't been online because
This morning or last night? Last night. She's such a midnight little crafter. It's kind of like there's Christmas in the morning at Makers because people have been crafting throughout the evening. See what's in there.
Okay, well, we're going to go with the Impasto bead mix because I've got lots of it.
And I think that this is the one that...
We're going to try a different brooch here.
Oh, and do the beads on top, too. Are you going to do that? Sprinkle it? Like, so stencil it and then sprinkle it.
But the thing about it is it dries too fast. You've got to get it...
Well, is your impasto stuff going to dry that quickly?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so. I think you're going to have time.
We can try.
Let's do it.
I've got my beads ready to go.
It's just paper.
It's just paper. We can cut some more. This might be the one. This might be the one.
Oh yes, and I did. I wanted Judy to make a little video because I want her to show the thing. If that's what you're talking about, Ann. I'm trying to catch up on chat here. Cool beat works well. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, now see, I can cover more mileage here. I don't know if this is going to work.
Lisa does keep us going. That is true. She was watching the Happy Paper People live at 3 o'clock this morning. Goodness. Yeah, we got to shut down early around here. Now, I will stay up. Like, once Izzy's asleep, I stay up and go online on my phone, but... That's when I get my social mediaing in, mainly.
Now, you're going to have to lose a little product on the edge because you do want to go over the edge.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. And you know, this is really nice. I can see this a lot better with this color paste than I did my chocolate brown. It was kind of like, oh yeah.
This is dark on dark.
Dark on dark. Whoa, this is working for me. Not.
P needs higher contrast.
I keep telling Mariah, she designs websites, and she had this.
I don't know. That's
one client, and they were, what do you call them, where they set up old people to go to the.
Oh.
And I said, you need to start off with telling them if they want old people to look at their site. They
Oh,
need
no,
to
that
get
was
some
one of
better,
the things that they requested.
better contrast here because
They
I've already just given up. I'm going to find another place that has higher contrast and I can read it.
That was one of the things that they requested. None of that, you know, low contrast gray type on white. Let's see, you gotta like stencil off and scrape the stencil. Very little waste will. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you get a lot back. Yes, that is true. And then you can just kind of rework it. I think that's what Lisa's telling me.
Yeah, that's basically kind of what I'm doing here. See, look at all that I retrieved. And hear that scrapey sound? That's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
it's
I don't like
chalkboard.
that. Yeah.
Whoops.
What was the whoops?
Whoopsie.
Oh, she's got a whoopsie corner.
You check that.
Check the corners.
Check the corners because remember, it's really hard once this kind of gets to that point where you're, and I can't see that. It's shiny.
It's kind of looking from here, but yeah, it is. I think the reflective is definitely showing through more. So this was the impasto and glass beads. 3 scoops.
3 scoops. And probably used 3 to 4 tablespoons of the impasto. Let's see if my lid's already, I didn't do that last night. It should have. All right, here comes the part.
The reveal. Hold.
Gently hold.
Lift.
And lift and go away.
Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah, don't stop in the mid-process and
be committed to your pull.
Be slippy sliding around. Okay, I feel just like moving this whole paper over there, but what I'm worried about is it sticking.
Well, are you going to sprinkle it?
Oh, well, I'm going to lose some stuff here. I'm going to try to get rid of.
Look at her go. You got a little line there. I'm not mad at you, though. I'm backseat driving. Across the table crafted.
Oh.
Across the way, Artie.
Okay, well, we're probably going to get some.
Let me know in the chat.
Oh, I just about put that into the beads. That would have been
well, you could have kind of like dipped it and
flipped it.
Dipped and flicked. Yeah.
Okay. Clean off that. Here we go, folks.
Yeah, this is wonky net, but this was the large version. The one that's available in the shop is the 5x7. But again, if you guys, those of you that are in the Facebook group and all that, just let me know if you are interested in larger versions. I can start doing that because I think with the way the shipping has been going, and I might even just put boards with them so that way they don't bend, but it does add to the shipping cost a bit. A little added weight, but I think maybe worth it. Making me nervous with that tapping.
Little gentle tap. I'm not, bearing down or anything.
Little tap, tap.
Tap, tap.
You want me to come and get that?
Well, I managed to do it last night without, like a major.
And
of course, I say that, and I need to be cleaning off my stencil over here.
All right. Oh, you're lifting them?
Well, how else am I going to get this off?
Well, I thought you were just going to take the whole page over there.
No.
Oh, we're doing the reveal and everything. All right. These beads are going to be everywhere. That's okay. We have glitter everywhere, too.
And this weighs about 5 pounds. Okay, you can't really see a lot of what's going on there right now. But,
I think it is going to be pretty awesome. Very sparkly. And then I think what will be cool is once it dries, coming back in and just on the black chipboard parts that are exposed, bringing in either like color sprays. We could see about like how the technique that Lisa did with
Exactly,
the
that's what I
alcohol
was
ink
thinking.
markers. So that way it's sort of colorful and rainbowy. Now you're going to have to do those one bald spots.
Yes, I will.
Or
but you don't do that till it's completely dry.
Lisa had bead boogers on her laptop.
Well, I think I've contained most of them. So
Yeah, you really did pretty good. But yeah, I could see some shiny bits.
Shiny bits here.
All right, now what? We've got, about 24 minutes.
Well, I haven't done any gel plating.
She hasn't gel plated anything. She did that last night.
Yeah, I did that last night. Oh man, this is just, I feel a little crusties.
Judy, did you get your package? I want to know if Judy got her package. Curious.
Because we can talk about that.
Yeah, she knew where I was going with that. Or do you care if we talk about what we sent?
Yeah, since
because you had already talked about this last week.
Yeah.
So it's not like big. But we finished the book, and it's sealed and does not have any. Our purple hands are no longer.
Yeah, and Mariah put parchment paper and butcher paper between each page.
Oh yeah, if Judy did if she does a Happy Mail thing with that one, that's going to be pretty hilarious.
Yeah, and
I worked hard on that.
I felt really good about it because I thought she will use all those little pieces of paper in one form or another because she's that kind
All right.
of
Well,
person.
do you care if we kind of spoil her, or you can just go away, Judy? we're gonna show some things. This chair is like super squeaky today, or am I just extra? Oh, you've got some stuff happening there.
Yeah.
You need to put that in the soaky bin.
That needs to go to the soaky bin, and this needs to go to the trashy bin.
Really?
Well, there's not enough product to keep the beads on there.
Oh.
So they're going to be
everywhere.
They will be fugitive.
Okay, this is not all gonna go away. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let P take over this, and I
will let you
get that soaking.
Okay,
here's
and do put a little piece of paper towel down in the bottom of the sink because that'll catch the.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah,
There's
that. Do the catchy thing. Okay, perfect. It went back in. I'm gonna.
Okay. Whoa. Dusty. Okay, so, and I can't remember where we kind of got this idea. Boy, I need to do some work on the edges of that. Look at that, Mariah.
Yeah, that's usually my job. There, I can give you a little more light. Brought that in. Cool.
I hope that yours got done.
Well,
you know how to do that.
Tell them about it.
Okay, so this started off with a piece that Judy sent, and it was like huge, and the rest of it Mariah has over there, and we were deciding what size we wanted it, and we were just going to stay with this small. I think this is 5 by 3.5.
3.5 by 5.
3.5 by 5 page, because I can get more out of a gel print. I can get 2 per page if I use the 8 by 10, and that was what we were thinking about. But anyway, what started all was I said, oh my gosh, I must make a cover. So Mariah's cutting it for me to make this size. All of a sudden she looks at her hands and she's like got blue stuff all over the place. And so we decided, well, we better stop right now and cover that up with something so that we don't have, this stuff going all over the place. So I said, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and hit it with a coat of Mod Podge. Okay, so I start brushing on the Mod Podge. And all of a sudden, everything is going like mauve.
Mauve.
And covering up all this stuff. So I had to blot it. Quickly blotted it with the baby wipes. And then took away a whole lot of the color and everything. So I had to come back in. And let me see what I used. What did I use, Mariah?
Yeah, and I wish we had a big one because she has this request about things, but we worked that out too. Well, actually, we'll show that here in just a second. All right, so what was the question?
What did I use to get this back again?
Okay.
Products. Oh, I know. The Fine Tech watercolors.
Yes, and then the Prussian, I thought you
did go in with Prussian blue because I lost so much of that deep navy that was in this because you can see it more on this side.
Although she went a little crazy dark with it because she just kind of put it on there. I was like, whoa. So then what she did is grab the baby wipe.
And wiped and pushed it around.
And then it turned into that perfect match and did the restoration.
So one leans towards the burgundy, kind of pinkish side, and this one towards the blue.
And both books have the bluish as the front cover. Really, you can pick whichever side you want.
And then this stuff here,
the weird,
which I don't like a lot because I have a tendency. I'm heavy-handed with this stuff,
Yeah, she's a squeezer of the tube.
This little hooter right here. I mean, if you don't have some of these, I highly recommend them. Yeah, you need those. So you can see, I don't think I used any of the, what is this, Fire Ruby. I don't think so. I think I just used the Amethyst Magic and the Turquoise Satin. And the Turquoise Satin is the one that you see there down in the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some awesome stuff. I just am not crazy about the way it smells. And
yeah, this is the baby.
It still smells. When you get it in the mail, let me know because I think that you can still smell it.
It's the baby doll smell.
Baby doll smell. Okay, and then I just black gesso the back of the watercolor paper, I'm guessing, by the texture. Okay. Anyway, the purpose of this was to use up a lot of gel prints at various stages of, whether they look good or not.
Many of these you guys have seen over the weeks.
Yeah, a lot of them were produced here. Look, there's Stompy Rock. But what I did is one side is pretty much plain. The other is, it's had something, it has at least 2 layers. These usually just have 1. And what I thought was, Judy, we can say, okay, well, let's work on page number 6. 1, 2, 3.
Starting from the blue side, that'll be funny if you guys start mixing 5. It up.
Yeah, 6. Now Mariah did mess up, Judy, and
I was under. It was like
Izzy was over here yammering away about who knows what, some stupid, whatever.
It's very important as a 4-year-old business, but
in her world. So some of them got a little bit wonky, and we may have to check and make sure that we are on the same page.
Sometimes you got to check with people and see if you're on the same page.
But I did write in the front and the back, and I said, what's nice about this is that you can flip it around, and this, what was the back is now the front.
Yes.
And anyway, I thought that would be
there you go.
Fun. And they are, some of them, I was doing the backs because the front, some of them were.
And you see that? That is exactly why every page of yours is slip sheeted.
Yeah, because some of these are of more recent vintage, and they're still a little bit on the sticky side.
And what's interesting is that the texture paste stuff tends to take a little longer. to
Yeah.
really fully set up if something hasn't been sealed
Yeah,
in some
this
way.
has some texture paste on it.
Probably a rub off. But there you go.
There you go. You have the same prints that I have in here, and we can play on these pages together.
So Judy sent us that awesome one piece, and we cut it into the...
And we can still... We've made 2 journals.
And there's still another set.
There's still another set. Actually, you'd have 4 more because it's 2 big ones that we can cut in 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
That
thing was huge.
It was huge. Well, it was a full sheet of watercolor paper.
Well, and here, no, it's only 2 pieces are left.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
No, but they're not. They're bigger pieces.
No.
No, that's it.
I've cut everything and made everything.
Oh.
Because we talked about that we thought that we can make, I think, unless you've got another piece over there, that could be it too.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
And then
I might have kept one of
there
them.
has been a request, a couple of people requested us to do just a short mini flip through of, of this one. I mean, we've got about 15 minutes. Look, I stuck all the numbers in the front.
This
I didn't want to throw them away. I thought they could be used.
That's so funny. I was headed downstairs and on the hallway downstairs. I have some of my watercolors up on the wall. And I went by it and then I had to back up and go up the stairs again and look. Izzy had taken these little stickers. She's very symmetrical. She's in that symmetrical state. So she had taken them and put them in a perfect star right in the middle of the watercolor.
Yeah. She just stuck it purposefully. Like, you can tell she, there was purpose of where she stuck it. This is why the stickers.
She has to have things match up. But sure, we can.
Well, why don't you clear out the other things?
This is a good one.
Yeah, I posted that the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, remember one of the things that I thought would be interesting for us to do.
Here, hand me those numbers. Please.
You going to save them?
Well, yeah, because I could use them on another little thing. I'm just going to stack them.
Is that our challenge is to make the pages look like they go together. Somehow, when you open it up like this, you're saying, okay, this side, what do I need to do to this side to make it look like this side and vice versa? This is where you're going to really have to know your color wheel. Because if I put, it's kind of tricky, if I put yellow over the top of this, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to have some yellow places where the white is, but every place that there's blue there is suddenly going to be green.
Especially if you use transparent.
Well, and I'm hoping you do, because that would be really silly to use opaque, I think.
Why would anybody do that?
Why would anybody do that? Oh my gosh. Is Mo in the
No, she'll
okay,
she'll comment back later.
Okay, well I'm telling you, I am still working on this. What was the name of this stuff? Oh my gosh. I'm just ready to.
Oh, so it's the stuff that is made.
This is the fancy Lucas Krill.
Right. And then
Pastos.
And she corrected you.
Heavy
Because she thought it was German, but it's not German. She said, sadly, it's actually made in England, I think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It is made in England.
There you go.
But now they do have something in Germany also. It's made in England for Lucas Nerschau. I'm probably something blah, blah, blah. And then the address is someplace in Dusseldorf.
Oh.
Dusseldorf. Dusseldorf, Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the Germans and the English got together and created this
paint
but
that she does not like.
What they need to take it back to the drawing board. That's number one. I don't like the lid. It eats my fingers, which I have.
Boy, this is a It's getting a 2-stream rant.
But I'm slowly getting there. I upped my impasto content.
Are you gonna flip through the book or not?
Oh, okay. Flipping through the book. Which book am I flipping? Now, see, this one will be interesting.
Jeez.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what to do here. But, okay. I'm just loving that. Well
Judy says her maiden name is Lucas, and she has not seen any commissions from the paint.
Well, I'm sorry, dear. You won't be getting. I won't be.
You need to talk to your German or English. relatives.
Okay. All right, well, you can see I put 3 little dots on this side that go with this page. I probably...
Oh, yes, there were some suggestions on stopping the sticky. So here's one thing, and yes, I know that Carrie uses the wax. We've not done the actual, like, wax. Now, you keep moving my thing, which is about to make... She is taking over all of the spots. I mean, seriously, like, every spot is taken over with paint. But you know what I'm talking about, the microglaze, which is pretty good stuff. It's just, it's kind of greasy. And then, you know.
It's really boring.
It's a boring job. Nobody wants to do it.
It's kind of like, you know, we need a, I won't say it. She looked at me real ugly. A glue person.
Yes, we need a person that'll come along and, oh, here it is. Here, I was yelling at you and I thought you moved it to the other cart. That stuff works really great, and I think it is very similar to like the shoe polish wax stuff. Judkins
I just say go get some Johnson's wax that we used to do the hardwood floors with.
Probably, yes. And then
you buff it.
I think Sharon or Marianne said cornstarch. Let's see here. Sharon said cornstarch or baby powder.
Yeah, but what's that going to do to my black stuff?
Yeah, we're worried about that. What it would.
Because it's going to muck up the black.
Maybe. We might have to test some of that out just to make sure.
You know, I don't know.
You could be flipping as we're talking. Because
then
I could
See, I've started coming in. See, got a little bit more pink over here. Got a little bit of green here. Probably need a little bit more brown over here. That's my thought process.
Jeanette says apparently another example of the Germans and English not mixing well.
Oh, look at this page. Is Carrie, are you still there?
Yeah, Carrie's here.
Look at this. Now this is stenciled on.
Oh, and Carrie likes the smell of the furniture wax. I think I remember her commenting on that before, that it brings back like certain memories and things.
Oh yeah, when we were little, we had a hardwood floor in the dining room, and my mother, when she would wax it, we would get on a blanket and she would twirl us around in the room to buff up the wax.
Oh, that's a nice memory.
Yeah, that is a nice memory. I hadn't thought of that for a long time.
That
was fun.
That was fun.
Okay, this kind of, I love this. And I don't know if you can see it, but can you see the little...
Can you see it? Can you see it? Give it a second. There you go. Now do the slow turn if you're trying to... What are you showing?
I'm showing the shiny part of the stencil butter stuff.
You got to bring it other way. A little bit further. There you go. Now turn it some, and you'll probably hit the light. It's kind of showing. It's subtle. It's a subtle shimmer. Oh, there's a little bit more of it. And I think I actually did a small video of this one.
Okay, well.
That's what's nice about the light box, because I can really hit the shimmer. Like, it shows up so nicely in the light box.
It does, and it blinds me, and I have glasses that darken in the sunshine, so when I go in there and she flashes that thing at me, it takes me 15 minutes to adjust my glasses. You know, one of the things I love about the little ATC size stencils is when you're working in this size right here.
Oh, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, Robin says her mom used to do that too.
Oh.
Hey, that's nice.
Got some good stuff going on here. I probably need some more green over here. You can see I kind of started there. But
she will mess with this thing.
But look at this. I think this is absolutely wonderful.
I don't know that I've actually I'll post that one today, maybe.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
See the tarnished look?
Some good stuff. That's
with gold, the
Fine Tech,
and then the that paper artsy agave. Make it look kind of, like that.
Yeah.
Brass.
Yeah, the tarnished brass.
This side is kind of poopy. I don't know. I'll do something to that side.
That's sort of poopy.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. Might need a little bit more orchid over here, and maybe down here in this area.
Yeah.
And I think that would pull together nicely.
I did that same thing with that page because it's so thick. You
Look
think
at this.
that it's two.
Okay, it's got paste on this side. It's got pasted. It's a double pasted page. Now, I absolutely think this is probably one of my all-time best compositions. Just, everything about it is as it should be.
I don't know about that, but that's P.
Yeah. I could take this and enlarge this, and it would be lovely on a wall.
Could be.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now we have a direct relationship because this stencil is
friends with that one.
Friends with this one, and this stencil became this one.
No.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Yeah, some things got switched around and they got separated in the middle.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Probably needs some darker.
There are common elements.
Yes. And this is what I like about this at night when my brain is not able to do anything else except watch murder shows. I can get out my colored pencils and I can create some dark shadows here and some light.
Well, and that's off of a texture plate that you first got that.
This is
that technique.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a one pull thing there. Okay, now this one you can tell it's multiple.
Oh, Carrie.
Because you can see.
Hold that up.
Yeah, that's puzzle.
Carrie's puzzle.
Along with waves.
Yeah.
The original waves.
The big waves.
Big waves. Big waves. And I think I need to wavy a little bit on this side.
Maybe. It'd be interesting if you could... Oh, hey, that leads us to... Could show them a little sneaky peek. We got 3 minutes here. Of blocking out... Because you could put the waves just on the circle by utilizing our little masks that I created based upon the gel prints. And look at that. She's got her box from last week that's...
Fine Tech Original Cutout Circle.
Oh, Leslie. I didn't even know she was here. I should have known she was here. I don't know that she said hello. Maybe she did. She snuck in and out. Bye, Leslie.
She did? Hi, Leslie. You're going to miss out on a really important part here.
We'll show it again. No worries.
Now, this is the only drawback to the book.
Yes.
Because I can't get up to that edge there. So what I will do is I will just ignore that edge and focus on this one over here.
Yeah, kind of.
Because, a circle doesn't... If you want to create depth and volume, you don't want it to be the same all the way around anyway.
Yeah.
Or I could put the circle down and do some things around here and not have to worry about mucking up the circle.
Oh, we did show a little bit of this last week.
We did show a little bit.
We've got to demo this. I think it's such a cool thing. It's very simple, user-friendly. You could create these at home. I mean, it's not anything that's mind-boggling.
This is mine. I cut this out. And Mariah laughed at me, and then you can see I've used it a bit.
But I am going to sell a set in the shop that are based on the little gel print shapes that you can get.
Yeah, that's what these are.
Oh, she wants to know if we're, Robin says she wants to know if we're going to show the frame and how it goes. Well, right now it's still drying. Are they dry? Are any of them?
No. It's cloudy, overcast,
She's not getting a lot of sunlight. Bake light.
Here, and I'm not busting that. This is dry. We could muck about with that.
But we're going to get into that next week. We're going to carry this over because we want to build out the book next week.
This is still a little squishy. I would be hesitant about even putting it down. I don't know why this is taking so long.
And hopefully I covered that
and the other one is really wet. Now this is the brown one is pretty. Now I'm having. Can you see that?
No, the pilly bits.
Pilly bits. I probably should go over this with a coat of Mod Podge before I try any other technique.
Or clear gesso. But then you're going to lose some of your shiny.
I'm staying away from the clear gesso because it mats everything out. So I don't know. I think that this needs a coat of Mod Podge before I do the next technique, which is I'm going to brayer on some copper.
Yeah. All right. Well, that leaves us to... We'll show more throughout the week, like, of the different techniques that P's going to do to it. I'll kind of post pictures throughout the week in the our makers of mixed media art and artists Facebook group. We will do that there. And then let me go ahead and just let's go to here.
Where?
I will post all that there, and they don't see you anymore. I just went to me.
Oh, sorry.
So that way I could kind of finish up. And so we'll post those throughout the week. And then next week we'll put everything together and start assembling.
I will have my pages.
Yeah, we will
ready.
We will assemble the cover for sure. We thought this stuff was going to dry a little bit faster, just to be honest. I really did.
It did the other day.
It did the other day.
But
so,
here we are in Texas.
Yeah, we got weird weather. And do some of the pages and all of that. So, leave us something to do during the week and also then next week. So there you go. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with us once again. Bye.
Bye.